Let's look at the structure of our 0 to 100 percentage scale system. We normally organize the 0 to 100 scale into the A through F scale. The A, B, C, and D grades each encompass 10 percentage points. The F includes 60 percentage points, from 0 to 59. If we assume that a C reflects minimum proficiency, that means that the numbers 0 through 69, or over 2/3 of our scale, are used to describe failure. The numbers we use to describe competence and academic success are from 70 to 100, or less than 1/3 of our scale. Here's a pie chart that represents that scale. The dark purple and light purple slices represent the sections of our scale that represent failure, with the tan and brown sections reserved for success. Why would we use a grading scale that has twice as many levels to describe failure as to describe success? And why in the world would we ever need to describe 69 gradations of our students' failure? The harmful and arguably unsound mathematical consequences of this 0 to 100 percentage scale are profound. Assume Priya received 3 grades, 2 B's and an F. What should be her average? Maybe a C or C minus? But look what happens when we use numbers on the 0 to 100 scale. Her 2 B's and an F average to an F. Even though we would say that the accurate way to describe Priya's performance across the 3 grades should be with a C or C minus, because we use a 0 on the 100-point scale, she gets an F despite her B's. We've seen how this plays out in our classroom. A student doesn't turn in an assignment and receives a 0 for it, and it torpedoes the grade. It's not just unfortunate for her that she has this missing assignment. Using the 0 to 100 scale makes our grades inaccurate and mathematically unsound. Even if she earned double the number of B grades, we see that despite her otherwise consistently high performance, because of one missing assignment, one low score on the 100-point scale, she would receive only a D+. Because we use a 0 to 100 scale that is disproportionately weighted toward failure, the mathematical calculations we use disproportionately deflate students' grades and make it more difficult for them to be successful. At this point, I'm not even contesting giving a 0 for missing assignments. The problem isn't the 0, it's that the 0 is on the 100-point scale. One solution to the 0 to 100 scale is to use minimum grading, in which the 50% is the lowest grade a student can receive. This structures each grade band to be equal, to each include 10 numbers. When we apply this to Priya's case, we see that we get a final percent that gives us a 73, a C, the grade that we earlier believed was the right way to describe her work. But the 50% can be hard to do. Some of us might feel that this sends a confusing message to students. Plus, this doesn't address all of the weaknesses of the 0 to 100 percentage scale. Fortunately, there's a much better solution, and that's to use a more accurate and mathematically sound scale. It's so easy